Hi everyone! Today is an exciting day because we have a new book from Helen Elliston. She is the queen of colouring special effects, and here is her latest book. So this one is very different to the previous. All of her previous books involve pencils, whereas this one is a special marker pens edition, specifically alcohol markers. So you can see on the cover a few different things that she'll be teaching you inside the book. And on the back, it's just a little note there from Helen. And she is brilliant at explaining things, very down to earth, very basic. I love it. So here's a little note from her again, just telling you how to apply the cool and clever, satisfying effects to your colouring pages using marker pens. The pens that she has used throughout this book are the Ohuhu Honolulu alcohol markers. She has the 204 set. If you have a smaller set, I would just try and swap out for the closest matching colour that you can find. So we have an index here, and this will tell you everything that you're going to be seeing within the book. So we have 4 different categories with loads of different tutorials within those categories. So let's get going. This is objects and effects. So first of all, we've got iridescent bubbles, which is fantastic. Look how amazing these bubbles look. And you can use this for a lot of different things. Helen's put them in a bubble bath. You could use them for underwater scenes where you've got bubbles. There's loads of different ways you could use these. If you've got circles on your colouring page on the line art and you want to jazz them up a bit, you could make them into bubbles. So it's totally up to you, but it's a very easy step-by-step process. Every single little step is shown throughout the whole thing. Then we've got the transparent ghost. This is one that I did on one of my videos, but I didn't use pencil. I used paint to make the ghostly kind of transparent look. This one is using pencil and of course your marker pens. We've got a backlit potted plant. So this is handy because you can put this on any kind of plants that you've got, whether it's a potted plant or you're just colouring an outdoor scene and you want to make it look a bit more dynamic and dimensional than just flat green. You could use this tutorial. So you can apply these across lots of different items. It doesn't just have to be the images that Helen has used in her examples. So this is really cool. She's showing you how you can get that touch of light just on the edge there and then bring in the shadows as well. So this is gummy bears and getting them looking really shiny and squeaky. Squeaky? I don't know. And she shows you exactly where to put your shadows, your highlights, and that will be your finished result. Absolutely amazing. We've got neon lightning letters. This is interesting. So if you've got some lettering that you're colouring or you want to add some lettering to your colouring pages, you can do it very, very easily with some simple bubble writing and then make them look like lightning bolts from the sky. So here's what the finished product looks like. That's really, really cool. Then we've got the mirror ball, which is also really, really cool. They're all very cool because it's not just a silver mirrored ball. You're getting reflections and different colours on the ball as well. And there's the finished piece. We've got some jewels as well. We've seen these in Helen's book before, but obviously these are all with marker pens and these are the different sort of colour blends that you can achieve. We've got a fun chef's hat. This is not something I see very often in colouring books, a chef's hat, but I suppose it will give you ideas if you're doing rounded shapes or cylinders of how to get that look. Glittery shoe. This is another one that I did on a video ages ago. Helen will probably do it different to me. She's got the artistic knowledge and she's been to art school and everything, so follow Helen. Yeah, but this is gorgeous, making a very glittery shoe. And again, you can do this in all different colours, doesn't have to be purple. We've got glittery lips. So this is applying the same sort of technique as the shoes, but she's also showing you how to colour the sort of realistic lips as well with the texture on there. The embroidered leaf effect. So this embroidery effect is something that I've got on a list for my future video that I'm going to do, because I did a video of, I think it was 3 different cute and cozy colouring techniques. It was the ghost and it was something else, I can't remember. But I've made a further list of things that I want to do in a future video, and the embroidery effect is one of them. So it'll be interesting to see how Helen does it and if my technique will be the same. But this is really cool because if we just go to the end result, you can see that it actually looks like it's been stitched onto the page, and it's a very, very effective technique. Here you can see it's been done on whole flowers. So she shows you how to do the leaf and the petals as well. And it looks so cool. Then we've got a woolly bobble hat. So again, you could use this on any kind of wool texture. If you've got a jumper that you want to turn into a textured wool, you could use this on that. It doesn't just have to be the hat. And that is what it will end up looking like. She's even shown you how to do a pom-pom. Then we've got the next category, which is surfaces and texture. So the first one is how to colour rain on glass. And this is really, really effective. Look at that. So she's showing you, you know, how to make a gradient on the background and then what, you know, to do to get the rain effect. And again, it's so simple. If you look at the steps, it's really, really easy. But how cool does that look? Take a shot every time I say cool in this video. Rainy window. So again, this is a similar type of thing. You've got the backdrop. This looks like a stormy kind of sunset almost. And then the end result looks like this. We've got how to do flames with alcohol markers. So again, just step by step, line by line, you're taken through the whole thing. And this is your finished result. It's absolutely stunning. And she shows you how to do the glow around the stones of the fireplace too. And not only that, you actually get the stones themselves. So the entire fireplace you can colour from start to finish. And oh, here's the absolute finished one when you've done, you know, the stones around it and everything. So that's what you can achieve all together when you add all those tutorials up. Then we've got a tortoise shell pattern. That's interesting and it looks quite effective as well. Tortoise shell. I used to have some sunglasses that were tortoise shell. And yes, they did look like this. So well done, Helen. She's so, so talented. We've got a metal floor. This is really interesting. Look at this. It looks so realistic. So basically, you're just starting off with greys and adding in some blue greens. And then you just put in all of the little texture parts and add a bit of shading, and that's what you get. We've got a shimmering water effect. This is nice. Again, very easy. You just put your background on, you add some blobs of colour, add a bit of shading, bit of white pen, and you can add an optional sunny glow on there. So you can add a bit of yellow, a bit of orange, and sort of get the reflections of the sun off of the water. And if you don't want to do the yellow and orange, you can just continue with this and you get like a shimmering effect. And I really like how she's done the donut or the ring and the shadow underneath it. Again, it gives you ideas of how to do drop shadows and things. So we've got pond or lake water. This is interesting because you're sort of looking at it from the side, but you could definitely use this as a top-down texture, so looking down on a pond. And yeah, it's really, really cool because there's lots of different elements to it, but it ends up giving you that murky sort of pond canal kind of feel. It's cute. We've then got a sequin wall panel, which is immense when it's done. So I can't wait to show you when we turn the page. So you get different techniques for each panel that you can use to give it that, you know, variety. And then look at the finished result. It's so, so good. It looks so realistic. You could just pick it up or just crinkle it in your hands, you know, it looks that real. Then we've got the beveled tiles. So if you've got a tile wall, again, you don't have to use pink. You can use whatever colours you like, and you will end up with something that looks like this. The easy tiles, I guess it's just that one, but made a little bit more simple. And you can add patterns to them as well. She's shown you how to draw little patterns. That's very cute. And also multicoloured tiles in 4 steps. How to do the flat colour, the shading, the glossy highlight and the shadow. And this is what your different colour tiles might turn out like. We've got a pebble pavement, which is really cute. Look at this one. So this is how it finishes up. And you've got all these different colours of pebbles, and it almost looks like the rain has been on them. They look really shiny and slick. Then we've got wood grain. So this is a basic texture that a lot of people want to learn how to do. And it is very easy. I've looked through, you know, Helen's tutorial for this. I think it's six main steps and then a bit of shading and highlight. But look how polished and deep that looks. Then we've got some rainbow wood grain. So you've got the wood grain again, but with rainbow colours this time. So this is a bit of a fun kind of fantasy wood grain that you might want to put on a funky page. We're into the next category, which is pattern and fabric. So we've got a tie-dye pattern, which again looks super cool, super effective. It really does look like a tie-dye sort of effect, and that is what it will look like when it's complete. We've got a knitted texture. So again, we had the woolly hat earlier. Now we've got different types of knitted texture that you can use on your clothing. So they've got different shapes. You can see the different shapes she's used here, like a bean shape. This one's like a kind of chevron, and then a mixture of the two. And here we go with the rest of the knitted texture. So this is what it will look like on a jumper, and that texture as well. And then here's what it looks like on a scarf. Then we've got confetti, which is super fun. This is a great one for if you've got a really bright, vibrant page, but you don't know what to do with the background and you're sort of a bit scared of backgrounds like me. This would be great. Just fill it in with a very simple pattern, but again, it looks really effective and really, you know, it really pops out of the page. Here she's showing you how to add wrinkles to your fabric. So you'd put a alcohol marker pen base down completely flat, and then she is bringing in some coloured pencils so that you can do a bit of a mixed media and get these crease effects. We've got an easy camo pattern, so your camouflage patterns again in all different colours. Super easy, just adding different colour beans on the t-shirt, one on top of the other. And then here's a nice fabric base, so you can put any pattern that you want on this. She's showing you how to do the base with any colours, and then you can do glitter, you could do graffiti. There's lots of different things you could do as patterns. Leopard print, paint splatter, I think that one's my favourite, being very artsy. Then we've got this really good marble effect. You can add some gold metallic pen in that just to create those shimmers of gold that you would have in marble. And you can even do it on top of clothing or any other texture that you want to do. So here's what it looks like on a normal sort of kitchen surface that you'd expect to see marble on. But then on a t-shirt as well, it gives that really cool effect. Rainbow plaid, super simple, but really nice if you want to jazz up a completely blank t-shirt and you're just thinking, what kind of patterns can I do? And you don't have, you know, a lot of experience. Things like a rainbow plaid are very easy. And again, you're getting it step by step. So there you go. Here's a bit of an extension to that. You can do lots of different overlapping circles, waves, wiggles. You can make it look like a heart that you've sewn on. Loads of different ideas. Here's green plaid. So this one is a little bit more close together. It's a bit of a tighter plaid. And yeah, you can just see how cool it looks on clothing. This is a good one, sheer curtains. So if you're doing maybe some tulle, or is it voile curtains, they call them, where it's kind of transparent, translucent, and you want to give that look to it. It's a really simple idea. Look, there's only a few steps into getting these curtains, and then you can see how it looks over the top of the rainy window from earlier. This is immense. Look at this, a whirlpool rug illusion. So just looking at the steps, it really doesn't look that difficult. I think for me, the part probably that I would find a little bit more challenging would be to add the black fine liner pen and just knowing where to put that. But I think for the first couple of times, I'll just follow Helen's example and then I'll be used to it. I don't think it's something that's going to baffle me. Yeah, Helen's so good at explaining. Her books are just, they make everything so easy. She's even done the little tassel fringe for the side of the rug. You don't have to, it doesn't even have to be a rug. This could just be a whirlpool that's in a page that you're colouring with an illustration that has water on it and you want to create a whirlpool effect. The next section is gold bling. So this is fantastic. I love my gold, I love my metallics. So let's have a look then. We've got a gold mug. And this, again, look at the finished. It's so realistic. We've got a gold ring or a band. You could use this as a bracelet or an arm cuff or an earring. You know, just think about all the different ways you could apply these techniques. We've even got golden boots. I think I need a pair of golden boots. They're so, so cool. This is one of the best tutorials because it really is so effective. Look at these foil balloons. And again, if you just want to do a circular one, you can do that. But Helen's done it as a little bear balloon. And it's just showing you exactly where to put your little flicks of pen and your highlights to make it look really 3D. We've got a shiny golden bow. So here you can see on a teddy bear and on a piggy, you can see what that looks like sort of in situ. And again, it's 6 steps. It's not anything too crazy. And I think this one will be quite easy to accomplish. We've got a shiny gold jug. This one worries me slightly because I know that you have to kind of follow the curves of the object and sort of make it look like it has reflections coming off of it. But if that's the finished product and we can do that in 8 steps, I'm excited to try. We've then got a shiny sphere, so a spherical golden ball, again with the reflections. This is just so, so amazing. We've got a brushed gold basin, again, that can be used on several different objects. It doesn't have to be a sink and a mirror. You know, you can sort of take this step by step and put it on different objects. A gold pendant light, and it's even got a bit of rose tone in there as well, which makes it look a little bit more coppery, so that's interesting. The same on the golden bone here. And then we have our practice pages. So that is the main part of the book. And because this is an alcohol marker book, all your practice pages are at the end, because normally in Helen's book she'd sort of scatter them throughout, and now she's put them at the end so that you've got a blank background, a blank reverse side, so that you're not going to, you know, damage or stain anything that's on the reverse side if she put them in the main book itself. So I think you've got everything in here. You've got the window to practice the rain, you've got the logs from the fire, the gummy bear, the chef's hat. You've got the whole fireplace itself, so you can do the stone and everything. You've got the mirror ball, you have the shoe for the glitter effect. We've got the lips, we've got the embroidered petals. We've got all the clothing as well and some tiles. And then here's all the different gold things that you can practice before you apply them to your colouring books. So there we go. It is another brilliant book from Helen Elliston. I'm not sure how many colour and special effects books she has out now. Maybe 4 or 5. But if you've never seen them before, please go and look, because the things this lady can do with a coloured pencil, amazing. So I'm going to leave the link for this in the description. I will be doing a separate video of trying out a couple of these effects. Maybe I'll do it as a short or something like that, and see if I can achieve what Helen has put in the book. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon on Colour with Claire.